How dare you!
Hello everyone, welcome back to the second session. In the second session of our Thursday, we are going to learn about Hangout 4 and we are in Unit 7, Getting Around Town. Yesterday on Wednesday in the first session, we learned about the new vocabularies from the reading Transportation Around the World, right? And today we are going to learn the reading and finish the reading and understand about the reading altogether. So before we go to B, answer the questions, I would like to go to A. So you have to listen to the reading and try to repeat after them, try to read after them so that you can read all the words in the correct way, okay? So now I will play the listening for you. Let's listen.
A. Listen and read. Transportation around the world.
A gondola is a type of boat. You see gondolas in Venice, Italy. Venice doesn't have any roads, so there are no cars. Instead, people travel by gondolas on canals. A canal is like a road, except it is filled with water. Tuk-tuks are like motorcycles, but they have 3 wheels. Tuk-tuks first became popular in Thailand. However, now you can see them in many cities around the world. Most people use tuk-tuks like taxis. They are a good way to travel in cities with lots of cars. Traveling by dog sled is popular in countries near the North Pole. In some countries, like Norway and Sweden, some areas are covered in snow. It is impossible to use a car. Instead, people use sleds. A special type of dog called a husky pulls the sled. Huskies are strong and fast.
A. Listen and read. Transportation around the world.
A gondola is a type of boat. You see gondolas in Venice, Italy. Venice doesn't have any roads, so there are no cars. Instead, people travel by gondolas on canals. A canal is like a road, except it is filled with water.
Sì, tranquillo.
Sì, stasera arrivo. Sì, dai.
Sei sempre uguale, venite fuori mirare, siamo a quella ogni tanto capita anche a me. Dove?
A fare i corsi.
No.
Vabbè. Devi contrattato. Se finì gli anni della difesa. È ora del contratto.
Non impara che cosa fa cao.
Grazie.
Bravo, non lo stai vedendo, bravo. Piace che mi ero
Grazie, sai che magari non può essere ragazzi.
Tuk-tuks are like motorcycles, but they have 3 wheels. Tuk-tuks first became popular in Thailand. However, now you can see them in many cities around the world. Most people use tuk-tuks like taxis. They are a good way to travel in cities with lots of cars.
The Thai tuk-tuk is famous around the world. It's not the most comfortable way to travel. Well, for tall people, it can be hard to sit up straight, and there is no insulation from the heat, the noise, or the traffic fumes. But this is still nonetheless one of the most iconic ways to get around a Thai town or city like Bangkok. One of the most popular tuk-tuk rides is on the streets around Bangkok's famous Grand Palace. Tuk-tuk taxis have 3 wheels and open sides. Within the country's holiday destinations, you can find tuk-tuks in most central areas, especially in the main tourist spots. You hail a tuk-tuk the same way you would hail a taxi. If you don't want to pay a high tourist price, you need to negotiate with the driver. Before you go anywhere, first ask the driver how much it is to go to your destination. Then start bargaining by dividing that amount by half or a third. Make sure to smile while you do so. Once you get a price you are happy with, climb aboard and hold on tight, as there are no seatbelts. Beware of tuk-tuk drivers that offer cheap prices and a gem shop visit. You may end up on an unwanted and costly tour. As crazy as they look, any trip to Thailand should include at least one tuk-tuk journey.
Traveling by dog sled is popular in countries near the North Pole. In some countries, like Norway and Sweden, some areas are covered in snow. It is impossible to use a car. Instead, people use sleds. A special type of dog called a husky pulls the sled. Huskies are strong and fast.
Kate's the alpha female, and whatever you do, never get between a man and his dog.
This afternoon's going to be a really big day for our puppy Jack. He's 5 months, almost 6 months old now. So we're going to try to get him trained to run along with the team.
If you don't train these dogs up ahead of time, you can find yourself in a pretty bad situation with no leaders and no trained dogs. For Jack, today is about getting familiar with running in and around the team and also starting to build confidence.
Come on, Jack! Yay!
Gee!
How's Jack doing back there?
He's doing good. He's right. No. Jack, gee! Now he's gonna run up front.
Come on, Jack!
Yay, Jackman! Yay, Jackman! He's a sled dog. Come on, buddy. Woo-hoo. Come on, Jack. Come on, Jack. Attaboy. In a few more days, I could put him in just a small little team on the way home and give him a little run in the harness and see how he does. Dogs are probably the most important part of our lifestyle out here. They provide us with our transportation. We use them for freight. For me, probably one of the most important things is they're my companions. Hey, Bergie boy. You ready to go up the Eagle? Huh? You look so excited. Yay. Yay. Hop, hop. Attaboy, straight ahead. Gee. Whoa. Right there. Okay, everybody stay here. Yeah, everybody stay. This year, the river ice jammed up right to the bank. Yeah, there's a lot of hollow ice here. It's the stuff you got to worry about with the dogs. Right there, they fall into that. That's when the shoulder gets blown out. Jumble ice poses a couple of different problems. I can get through it, but it's very easy to hurt a dog when you're going through rough jumble ice. And I'm really concerned about taking care of my dogs because they're my workforce. They are everything to me in the wintertime. Making sure they don't get hurt is critically important to me. We'll try and go nice and slow through this. Attaboys. Okay, let's go to the Eagle. Come on, boys. Attaboys. Okay, everybody, whoa. Whoa, good job. Hey, good boy. You guys are trail-breaking machines. Tighten up. Let's go, boys. Hop, hop. Yeah, let's go. The dogs are our buddies, but they're also a tool. They're a piece of machinery, and once I hook them up and go, I know I'm going to make it to wherever I'm going. Oh, come on, man. Son of a bitch. I'm gonna go hook up about 10 dogs and we'll just drag it back to the shop with the 10 dogs and then go back with the dogs and get a load of wood with them. I probably should have done that in the first place. You guys ready to go perform AAA services? All right, let's go. Attaboy, straight ahead, on by, let's go. Those 10 dogs ran with that snow machine home, and it was a good feeling to see my dogs in shape, pulling the snow machine home with no problems at all. Atta boys. I don't want to rely on that equipment anymore to do a quick job. I'm going to use my dogs because they're reliable.
Okay, now you have listened to the reading already. Can I ask you some words? Can you tell me some words from the reading yesterday? Like the word transport. Transport. Transport means to move or to get goods or people from one place to another. That is the verb, and the noun is transportation. Transportation, transportation, and then gondola, gondola, gondola. So gondola will refer to a kind of boat in Venice, Italy, right? Because in Venice, Italy, they don't have roads, they don't have cars, they only have boats. Okay, and they use the boat on the canal. And then there is also the word husky. It is a kind of dog that can pull the sled, and we also learn about sled, right? So now let's read the reading all together again. Transportation around the world. So can you tell me how many paragraphs are there in the reading? There are 3 paragraphs, right? Can you look at page 84? What can you see on page 84? So the above one, you can see a gondola, right? It is in Venice, Italy. It is very interesting that people in Venice, Italy, they don't use cars, they don't use motorbikes, they don't use bicycle, they use only boat. It is very interesting, right? Do you want to live there? It is very cool, right? But make sure that you can swim, because if sometimes you fall down from the window or from the door, you might get drowned. So please make sure that you can swim before you can move to live in Venice. And then there are tuk-tuks. So tuk-tuks first became popular in Thailand, right? But right now in Cambodia, we also have tuk-tuks. And on page 85, can you see on page 85? So you can see a dog sled, right? So a lot of huskies, large dogs, or can say cute dogs, pull the sleds with people. Okay, very funny on the pole. So let's go to the first paragraph all together. A gondola is a type of boat. You know the word type, right? Type means kind. A gondola is a type of boat. You see gondolas in Venice, Italy. Venice doesn't have any roads, so there are no cars. So because in this city, they do not have roads, that's why they don't have cars. Because if they don't have roads, how can they drive cars? Instead, people travel by gondolas on canals. Because of the fact that people don't have cars, don't have roads, so people in Venice, they travel by gondolas on canals. A canal is like a road, except it is filled with water. Let's go to the second paragraph. Tuk-tuks are like motorcycles, but they have 3 wheels. You know wheels, right? Our motorcycle has 2 wheels, but tuk-tuk have 3 wheels. Tuk-tuk first became popular in Thailand. Thailand is our neighboring country. The capital of Thailand is Bangkok. However, now you can see them in many cities around the world. Most people use tuk-tuks like taxis. They are a good way to travel in cities with lots of cars. Okay, now we have finished the first 2 paragraphs. Let's go to the third paragraph. Traveling by dog sled is popular in countries near the North Pole. North Pole will refer to countries that are very cold. A lot of snow and ice. In some countries like Norway and Sweden, some areas are covered in snow. It is impossible to use a car. What does mean impossible? So when something is impossible, it means that it cannot happen, right? Instead, people use sleds. A special type of dog called a husky pulls the sled. Huskies are strong and fast. So now we have finished reading the reading. Let's go to section B. Answer the questions and circle. So there are 2 questions. Question number 1. How do people travel in Venice? A, by car, B, by boat, and C, by sled. Let's go to number 2. Where do people use sleds to travel? A, in hot places, B in places with lots of cars, and C in places covered in snow. So let's go to A altogether. A. How do people travel in Venice? Is it by car? No, because in Venice they don't have roads, so they don't have cars. By boat, is it correct? Yes. So B is the correct answer. So we can circle B. And C by sled? No, it is wrong. We only use sled in the North Pole. The pole are the countries that have a lot of ice or snow. Let's go to number 2. Where do people use sleds to travel? Where do people use sleds to travel? A. In hot places? No. B. In places with lots of cars? No. C. In places covered in snow? Yes. So C is the correct answer. So now we have finished both our video and see you tomorrow on Friday. Goodbye.
How dare you!